Welcome to my channel, The Human Frontier. The wind never stopped on Carith 9. It howled across the broken plains like something alive, dragging dust and ash across the ruins of a world that had long since given up on survival. The sky was a permanent shade of burnt orange, streaked with toxic clouds that blotted out the stars. Most people avoided Carith 9. I didn't have that luxury. My name is Jace Rowan, a salvage runner by trade. I went where others wouldn't: abandoned colonies, war-torn planets, dead systems. Places where the pay was high because the risk was higher. Carith 9 was supposed to be a simple job. A crashed transport. Unclaimed cargo. Easy credits. That's what I told myself when I landed. I was wrong. The wreck. The transport ship lay half buried in the sand, its hull torn open like something had clawed its way out from the inside. Smoke still rose from its broken engines, carried away by the relentless wind. "Yeah, this doesn't look good," I muttered. I pulled my scarf tighter over my mouth and stepped closer. The hull breach was large enough to walk through. Inside, the ship was dark, silent, and filled with the smell of burnt metal. No signs of survivors. At least, not at first. I moved deeper into the wreck, scanning for anything valuable. Crates. Data cores. Anything worth hauling back. Then I heard it. A faint sound. Barely there. A breath. The girl in the wreck. I followed the sound to the rear compartment. That's where I found her. Collapsed against the wall. Barely conscious. Her skin shimmered faintly beneath the dim emergency lights, pale and almost translucent. Her hair, long and silver, was tangled and streaked with dirt and blood. But it was her eyes that caught me. They were open. Just barely. Glowing faintly. And filled with pain. She wasn't human. That much was obvious. But she was alive. And she was dying. I knelt beside her. "Hey, can you hear me?" Her lips moved. No sound came out. I checked her pulse, if you could call it that. Her energy felt weak. Fading. She wouldn't last long. Not out here. I looked around the wreck. No medical pods. No functioning systems. No help. Just me. And her. I exhaled slowly. All right, guess I'm not leaving empty-handed. A choice in the dust. I didn't know who she was. I didn't know what she was. But I knew one thing. If I walked away, she would die. So I picked her up. She was lighter than I expected. Fragile. Like she could break if I wasn't careful. Her head rested against my shoulder as I carried her out of the wreck and into the storm. The wind hit us immediately. Harsh. Unforgiving. The nearest outpost was over 30 kilometers away. On foot. Across open wasteland. With a dying alien in my arms. "Yeah," I muttered. "This is a terrible plan." The wasteland. Every step was a fight. The sand shifted beneath my boots, making each movement slower, heavier. The wind pushed against me, trying to drag me back. And she was getting colder. I adjusted my grip. "Stay with me," I said. Her eyes flickered open for a moment. "You should leave." "Not happening." "You will die." "Yeah, well, I've had worse odds." She tried to speak again. Failed. Her head fell against my chest. I tightened my hold. "Hey." No sleeping. The wind howled louder. Like it was laughing at me. The first fall. About an hour in. I stumbled. My foot caught on a buried piece of debris, and I hit the ground hard. Pain shot through my shoulder. But I didn't let go of her. I rolled onto my back, gasping. For a moment. I thought about staying there. Just for a second. Just to rest. But I knew better. If I stopped, I wouldn't get up again. So I forced myself to stand. step by step, one foot in front of the other. The truth she couldn't hide. As the hours passed, she became more conscious. Not stronger. Just aware. You are human, she whispered. Yeah. Why, help me? I didn't answer right away. Because the truth was, I didn't know. Because you need it, I said finally. That is not enough reason. It is for me. She was quiet for a while. Then she said something that made me stop. They will come for me. Who? My people. That sounds like a good thing. No. Her voice was weaker now. It is not. The storm. The sky darkened. The wind grew stronger. A storm. Of course. Because things weren't hard enough already. Visibility dropped. The world turned into a blur of dust and shadow. I could barely see 10 meters ahead. This just keeps getting better, I muttered. She stirred in my arms. You should leave me. Still not happening. You cannot save me. I gritted my teeth. Watch me. When hope faded. By the time the storm reached its peak, I was barely standing. My legs felt like lead. My vision blurred. And she wasn't responding anymore. Her breathing was shallow. Fading. No, 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 no. I dropped to my knees, holding her close. Hey. Stay with me. Nothing. I shook her gently. Come on. Still nothing. For the first time since I found her, I felt something close to fear. Not for me. For her. I didn't carry you this far for you to give up now, I said quietly. The wind howled around us. But I didn't move. I couldn't. Not yet. The last push. I don't know where the strength came from. Maybe desperation. Maybe stubbornness. Maybe something else. But I stood up again. I adjusted her in my arms. And I kept walking. Step. 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 Each one felt heavier than the last. But I didn't stop. Because I had already made the choice. And I wasn't going to break it. The light in the distance. Then. Through the storm. I saw it. A light. Faint. Flickering. The outpost. Relief hit me so hard I almost collapsed. We're close, I whispered. She didn't respond. But I didn't need her to. Not anymore. I just needed to reach that light. The moment everything changed. I don't remember the last few steps. Only that I reached the gate. And then, everything went black. Waking up. When I opened my eyes, I wasn't in the storm anymore. I was in a bed. Clean. Warm. Alive. I sat up slowly. Pain flared through my body. Easy, a voice said. I turned. She was there. Standing beside the bed. Alive. Stronger. Her glow brighter than before. You made it, I said. She smiled faintly. You carried me. I exhaled. Yeah, that too. The truth revealed. You should not have survived, she said. Yeah, I get that a lot. She stepped closer. My kind, we bond with those who save us. I frowned. What does that mean? It means, I am alive because of you. I blinked. Pretty sure that's how saving someone works. She shook her head. It is more than that. Her glowing eyes met mine. Our lives are now connected. I stared at her. That sounds complicated. She smiled slightly. Yes. The end of the wasteland. Days later, I stood outside the outpost, looking back at the endless desert. The storm had passed. The sky was clearer. The world looked calmer. She stood beside me. No longer weak. No longer dying. You changed everything, she said. I shook my head. No. I just carried you. She looked at me. That is the same thing. Maybe she was right. Because sometimes, saving someone isn't about strength, or power, or knowing what you're doing. Sometimes, it's just about refusing to let go, even when the world is trying to tear you apart. And sometimes, that's enough to change everything. Thank you for listening. Subscribe for more cinematic science fiction stories.